Welcome to week 6. This is a brief overview video. We're going to dive right into module 6 since by now you know how to navigate the Blackboard course. So first we have the module 6 course content. I cannot stress this enough. You want to make sure you're reviewing these PowerPoint presentations, the key financial ratios that will assist you through this module and others. And then again, if you have not, make sure you review the tutorial videos in the manual for Globus. Next, we have the Chapter 4 Smart Book activity. Majority of students are doing very well. There are a few that are struggling. Keep in mind, you want to take your time. You want to make sure you're reading the text and addressing each question one by one. If you perform this method, you should be fine. You should be scored in the 90s or if not 100. So if you are not, make sure you're taking your time. Next, we have a discussion board that will be focusing on the tangible and intangible resources for a company. You get to choose that company, and then you're going to tell me what its competitive, important resources are, tangible and or intangible. You're going to be explaining each resource. Then you're going to review the posts of your peers and, of course, provide a comment on at least 2 other posts. Next, we have the Chapter 4 quiz. Next, we have the Chapter 5 case study about Twitter Inc. in 2019. Most of you did fantastic in the first case study. If you're wondering why we went from case study 1 to case 5, it's because they don't go in order by the chapters, meaning that case 1 covered chapters 1 through 3. Case 5 covers chapters 1 through 4. So that's why you have case 5 for this week. Next, we have the Module 6 report. Here is where you're going to be identifying the weapons of competition within the camera segment, the weapons of competition within the drone segment. Then also, you're going to be analyzing the 2 market segments that you're competing within. What are the key factors for you being a successful competitor within the drone market and within the camera segment? And lastly, we have the Globus Simulation Year 8 decisions. So now let's go ahead and look at the outcome of Year 7.
Here we have the Year 7 scoreboard in Globus. As I stated before, it doesn't take too much to leapfrog a team. As you can see, now Team C is in the lead at 101. Team B is at 99. Team D, who was in the lead last year, is at 95. So let's see what the difference is. Team C gained 11 points. Team B gained 21 points. And Team D dropped 5. So you may say to yourself, well, Team D, now they're going to have to gain 6 or 7 points to catch back up to Team 1. Is not the case. If Team C, who's in first place, if they drop points, Team D doesn't have to gain as many. Let's look at Team E, gained 20 points at 93. Team F, who I was very critical of last week, gained 47 points. Great showing, Team F. Very proud of you. Now you're in the hunt. And actually at 89, for the Year 7 scoreboard, of course, we'll get to the game-to-date scoreboard. That's really good. And Team A, a little concerned because you did drop 7. Not deeply concerned, but just a little. I mean, you're at 77 for Year 7. So that's not bad. But let's go ahead and actually look at the game-to-date scoreboard, because that tells us the overall scores for the entire simulation, not just for 1 year. And as you can see, Team C actually did leapfrog Team D. They gained extra bonus points. Then again, if you don't know what the bonus points are for, make sure you're reviewing the manual. They're at 99. So great job, Team C. Team D, you're right there. You're at 98. So very respectable, of course. Team B, 96. Team E, 91. So everyone who's in the 90s, that's going to be tough. This is going to be tight competition. Now, Team F, you had a rocky start, but look at you at 83. So, wow, I give it up to you. I was very disappointed last year in you, and I was really concerned if you had any hopes of being in the simulation this semester. But hey, 83, you're right there. No doubt about it. You have another good year, and you'll probably be middle of the pack. And Team A, you're down to 79. Then again, I'm not too worried about you. I think you will make up ground. Just as I've always stated to every team, as long as you're growing and improving, if you're last, that's could be okay as long as you're moving ahead, meaning that, you're not going backwards. Like currently Team A, you're at 79. If you start going to 75, then 73, then 65, yeah, I got concerns for you. But continue, fighting. Don't give up. There's plenty of time still left in the semester. And really, Team A, there's still plenty of time to even win the simulation. So, you're definitely not out of it by any stretch. Being, 20 points behind, that's not much at all, really. As you can see, you can gain some points. Now, the game-to-date scoreboard, scores are, obviously it's harder to make up ground than it is to a year-to-date, but you definitely can. So, very proud of everyone right now. Keep it up if you do, and it's going to be a fun semester because it's going to be a tight competition throughout, and it'll be, exciting to you. And Team A, like I said, don't give up. Try hard. Let's get you in the mix, get you somewhere in the 80s for the next game-to-date scoreboard, and then everyone will have an opportunity to win this. So as always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Have a great week.